Hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Warships Blitz with Terry. Eesh, what a weekend. I'm actually recording this on Saturday, so tomorrow is when the Mines giveaway is going to end. And we're gonna, after the giveaways, before the giveaway, so we'll get to that in a separate video so you don't have to mix up the comments and I don't have to look in 20 different places. But yesterday, after work, I think yesterday or Thursday night, I actually, finally got back into the game for this week. And I saw that there was a new ship. And I think about 5 minutes later, I had purchased it. I hadn't even tried it in my press account. I was just seeing this thing and I was like, yep, that's one. That's one that I would like to have, please. Thank you very much. So, what am I going on about here? This is the Bayard, the Tier 8 French premium light cruiser. Now, in a similar vein as that, the Mainz is a Tier 8 version of, the Nuremberg's guns on top with an additional turret. The Bayard is kind of like the Grasse or the Galissonniere with an extra turret at Tier 8. Now, did this ship actually exist? No, it didn't. This is there wasn't even a sketch for it. The French didn't get around to building much to building light cruisers after the Galissunia, and war was going on, and after the war, gun cruisers weren't really a thing anymore. So this is and I think Wargaming describes it as a what-if alternate history ship. What if the French had actually continued developing the light cruisers? So, what have we got? Why am I so excited about this thing? Bouncing up and down in my chair here. Maybe before we look at that, let's have a look at the Galissunia, the Tier 6 light cruiser. This is the tech tree one. So the Galissunia herself has pretty much no armor. They are very comparable to the British light cruisers in that regard. And, the Nuremberg as well, for example. So, very, very thinly armored light cruiser. Quick, maneuverable, and great guns. So, these are the 1930s 152mm main guns, 3 triple turrets, 2 in front, which means she can go bow in and do a lot of nasty things. 6% fire chance. And as is usual for the French cruisers, 2 triple launches for torpedoes with very good angles and a very good torpedo range with 8.1 kilometers here. Somewhat okay-ish AA and a pretty good detection rate. Now, the Galissunia gets you the engine accelerator and the rapid reload. So these things come with reload boosters. The Grasse, the premium Tier 6 French light cruiser, is somewhat similar. She also has no armor whatsoever and very little health. She is also very maneuverable. She gets slightly different guns. These are 1936 edition 152mm. But I think the main difference between the Grasse and the Galissunia is the 1% better fire chance on these guns. Other than that, she also gets these torpedoes, which have a very good range and are exactly the same. And she gets slightly different AA, but in her skill set, she actually gets the engine accelerator and the air defense alert. So you do not get the rapid reload on the Grasse. Now, the Bayard, if we look at her, she gets the engine accelerator, the air defense alert, and the rapid reload. So this is a fusion ship of the Galissunia from the tech tree and the Grasse from the premium line. She also has relatively little armor. It's just enough to arm battleship's shells to explode catastrophically in your citadel. These ships, they can't tank at all. None whatsoever. If you're not playing at your maximum range, you're doing it wrong in these things. Unless you're fighting destroyers, that is, of course. The speed and maneuverability is still very good. And the guns are actually the Galissunier's guns, so the 1930s. She does, however, get the Grasse's 7% fire chance on these things. And instead of 3, she get 4 turret. So 4 turrets, 152 millimeter, 7.5 second reload, 7% fire chance, 12 shells every 7 seconds. Yeah, you can see where I'm going with this, right? Okay, torpedoes are pretty much the same. They look a little bit longer range because they have the historical camo, because this thing came in a bundle. The AA is actually pretty decent. I mean, it's not American cruiser level AA, but it's pretty decent together with the air defense alert. Given that you have extremely little armor and extremely little defense against fires, floodings, and everything else, you do need that because you have to operate kind of... You can operate in support positions, but you kind of have to make sure that you're not getting shot at. So more often than not, you find yourself alone somewhere, kiting and running around the flanks. So what have we got as a setup? Well, before we do that, can we just look at that again? I mean, look at this ship. This thing is beautiful, honestly. Like, this is an absolutely gorgeous ship, in my opinion. She looks amazing. All right, anyway, sorry. Let's get back to that. Equipment-wise, so I have the main battery mod 3 in here. In the tier 6s, I've used the reload, but for this thing, I've got the precision mod because you're in tier 8, lots of very nasty big guns, and you cannot get too close. So making your shells land at range is something you really want to happen. And the other 2 slots for me are, again, the double steering setup. Now, I know that the propulsion mod would for a kiter very much make sense. But I do prefer the double steering just to get the rudder shift down to the same levels that I'm used to from the tier 6s where I'm running the same setup. I've got the propulsion on the Galissunia. So let's just quickly compare that. The Grasse has a 12-second time to speed, and you get almost the same on the Bayard. So, yeah, you could, and you could use your speed a little bit more, but it's a valid setup. I just personally prefer to have the additional rudder shift in there to be able to dodge under shells and do these sort of things. So, the commander is getting shared between the Grasse and her. So he does get the additional air defense alert, again, because you tend to be, or you can often be isolated and be in positions like behind islands and just kiting positions where you're not being the focus of fire. So you often pray for carriers, also with the low health and everything. Artillery maintenance, obviously, that's why I also have the air defense expert here. I do have the fire supremacy for an additional rapid reload, because again, it's tier 8, 7-minute battles. Exploit weakness does make sense, because setting fires is what this ship's all about. This is an HE spammer, and a very, very, very good one. She's comparable to the Kutyuzov, in my opinion, in that regard. I fully prepared in 7, and I actually have Extinguisher in 8 instead of Adrenaline Rush. I kind of would have liked to have Adrenaline Rush, but again, it's tier 8. You face off against things like Seattle's, a lot of carriers, so you can't always damage con. So taking a bit less damage from fire is not a bad thing, in my opinion. Going forward, you would obviously want the engine overload. You would want the master reloader. That would be a very, very important skill for this ship. So just take note, I'm actually playing without master reloader on this. You'd want IFHE and probably deck protection, or you could do Giant Hunter, but the AP is actually not bad on these things. So if you're facing off against Atlantis or things like that, you definitely switch over to the AP. You can do a lot of damage with these guns. They have a very decent amount of damage output with 590 for the 150s. So last thing we have to check is the elite bonus. Definitely reload is what I would go with here in this point. Now, you don't necessarily need the additional 20% turret traverse. I prefer to have my reload boosted a bit, especially that I haven't gone for the reload module in slot 1. And the historical camo, again, which comes with the bundle, does some very, very good things for you. It extends your gun range, which is a bit of a thing, because the guns only have a range of just over 11 kilometers compared to, I think the Kutuzov has a longer range than this. It's a good range, don't get me wrong, but you still have to be careful. So gun range, torpedo range extended, traverse speed extended is good as well. And the surface detection reduced, which is obviously something that you absolutely want to have. So, what can you do in the Bayard? Well, let me show you. What are we? We're in a bottom tier game on Cage, and we're playing in Domination. Okay, 2 destroyers on the enemy team and a couple of Legendary League players at this point. So we do, it looks like league-wise at least, we do have to... we might have a bit of a job for ourselves here, but we are playing Cage in Domination, which means we are very much going on sea. Now, you could say I'll play Battleship Escort. Not really, because if any of these enemy battleships sees you, they can just outright delete you. I'll be pushing sea, and I cannot mess around in the caps here. So you need to be at the extent of your range with this ship, and rain down hellfire on enemy ships. That's how you play her. You can deal with destroyers, but only if you are not in range of enemy battleships, because otherwise you will just get deleted in no time. Now, with the engine boost active, she does 39.7 knots. This thing can outrun some destroyers, and there comes our first customer. So there's the North Cal. So we are holding B and C, which B obviously being the contested cap. So I'm just going to turn her around while I'm not yet detected, and make sure that I'm in the right kind of position, because I don't want to broadside the North Carolina, even with the relatively interesting dispersion of that thing. Okay, I'm not going to go for the destroyers at this point, because there's a North Carolina right there and he needs dealing with first, otherwise he's just going to delete me. So, let's see if we can set him on fire. And has he seen me? Let's speed up. He might not have. There he goes. American. Oh, single fire put out. Okay, now it's just a matter of, yes, he's shooting at me. Okay, let's see if I can dodge under these. Mostly, but that's what I mean, right? You just take 9,000 damage immediately from... That might have even been a Citadel from the North Cal. So... this ship has no armor whatsoever, so I'm just gonna stick here a little bit. There's another fire on him. Now he's shooting someone else, so I'm just gonna torpedo him from here and see what else is going on. Okay, the big battle seems to be happening in the middle. Just gonna... Yep, that's a perma triple fire, and the torpedoes are coming in. Yeah, of course, insta-fire with his secondaries. So I'm not under actual HE spam, so I'm not going to damage con. I'm just going to damage con that. A couple more torpedoes out, and just actively dodge. This is why I'm having the steering gear module. Oh, the Aki seems to be stuck somewhere over there. So I can give some supporting fire at range, just to make sure that he's busy, because he's the only destroyer left on the enemy team. Okay. Some more shots coming in. Oh, nope, do not want. Alright, we're using the Iowa as meat shield, and let's just deal with that North Carolina over there. This looks... Okay, the Aki is dead as well. So we're 5 against 3. So at this point we're just going to need to clean up. I think this is pretty much... Hopefully pretty much a done job here. Very well done for our team to push through B and to grab B. Sorry that I wasn't of more help over there. I do like to get busy with the destroyers, but in this ship, especially at the opening stages of a battle, you do have to be very, very careful. So you, I prefer having pushed the flank here and gotten some battleship support. Okay, single fire on the Amagi. Okay, he's running away, so I might be just outside my range. But now it's just a matter of, well, dealing with that Amagi and the ships that are over there. Okay, Benson is with us as well. And we've got 2 battleships that looks like slightly low on health. what are we up against? Okay, North Carolina full health, but there's a full health Torpedoes over there. And there's an enemy Bayard, so yeah. Let's see. What are we focusing on first? Let's see if we can set some fire on that North Carolina over there. But he seems to be sailing away. Do I need to help out with that Amagi down at the bottom? I mean, we're holding 2 caps, right? They're not really standing a chance anymore. This is just a matter of cleaning up here at this point. Okay, let's help out with the Amagi then. But that's kind of how you want to play her. You want to keep an eye on the minimap and make sure that enemy ships are kind of at the edge of your detection range. Okay, so except for that Amagi, because he's got other things to shoot at. So let's see if we can set him on fire again. He's got 2 or 3 battleships, so I'm just going to drop some torpedoes in his general direction, and then turn the ship around and casually head over north towards ACAP and see what's going on there. I mean, you see the enemy Bayard. He's played the exact same way, right? He's been taking that flank, defending that flank, and well, doing what he can to burn things down, pretty much. Okay, that Amagi is very much dead. I'll just get the guns turned around, and there's another fire on him. And these torpedoes are gonna hit. There we go. 1, 2, 3. So, and there she goes. Okay. So, that's that thing down. Enemy Bayard is on relatively low health. Torpedoes does have to be a bit careful, but the Bayard is way too close. He would have to be miles away. You see, this is what happens when you're close in this thing. You can not, and absolutely not, tank in this ship. The only thing you can do is drive at full speed and kite. Okay, Benson takes out enemy Bayard. That leaves only whatever that is up north there. So we've got 1:20 left. Let's see how much damage we can do to him. Let's swing the guns around again. What was that? North Carolina, I think. So not super flammable, but I mean, in theory at least. Let's see what we can do to him. Okay, so that's about the right range. Fire out and rapid reload. The rapid reload on, you get these guns down to, I don't even know, like 5 seconds-ish reload. So you basically get Seattle reloads, and with a 7% fire chance on a as long as the rapid reload is active. And again, I don't even have that skill. Oh, okay, he's noticed me. I'm gonna have to dodge under these. Yeah, and then you immediately lose 10,000 health on a single hit. She has no health, so you absolutely have to play her at range. But she is an HE spammer that is so murderous and so brutal. I mean, look at this. This is an American battleship. You have excellent torpedo angles. I've got to be a bit careful here. Yeah. She has excellent torpedo angles, and she set so many fires. So, well, we got 10 fires. That's not even a lot. I can easily do more than that. But let's see if we can still make the 100k. Oh, he dodged the torps, and yeah, the battle was over. So almost, almost 100,000. But yeah, this is an amazingly fun ship. She's not like the Mines. Mines is a lot sturdier than this, so don't get them confused. But she can cause damage with fires that you wouldn't believe. The 7% fire chances does. And yeah, you see the enemy Bayard 82,000 at the same thing. And an extremely dangerous ship. Just make sure that you're always staying at range and always dodging shells, and never give broadside to battleships, because they will just outright delete you. But if you like that sort of thing, and if that's your kind of style, then that's the ship for you. And that is exactly the reason why I bought this basically blind. I just looked at the guns. I said, oh, I know these guns. These are the tier 6 French guns. Thank you. I'll take it. The usual disclaimer, right? Premium ships don't make you win. And if you don't know how to play this ship, you will very quickly lose. If you get exposed, you're dead. There's not even a question about it. You have to know how to play this ship. But if you like kiting, HE spammers, this is an excellent ship for that. Anyway, that's it for me today. And thanks to everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.